Right guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Tales from the Tackle Shop. We're throwing in a special one here because somebody is jet setting soon.
Not me.
No, it's me, yes. So by the time you guys are watching this, I'll be virtually back from Florida. So I might even get some footage from over there, buddy.
What are you doing there?
Fishing in Florida.
Ain't no proper fish over in Florida, is there?
They got,
No roach or
they got
tench?
teeth, mate. Yeah.
Oh my God.
If they were tench over there, I wouldn't catch anything.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So we did the tench video last time out, and yeah, as you can see, we're not very good tench anglers. Well, I blame Alex really for that because he's jinxed me.
Well, everyone else blames me, so I might as well take the blame for that, innit, really?
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah.
Because we're
Look at big shoulders, I'd take it.
and because we're throwing this one in the mix in the middle of our normal schedule, we don't have any match fishing
Unbelievable.
results.
I know. We'd have had, I think, rounds 2 and 3 by now, I think. But here's what it is. Next episode, it'll be all match results, won't it? Hopefully we'll have the main Tottenham fan, tightest man in Dorset. He'll be giving us some results, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a few rounds under our belts and a bit of a catch-up.
Yeah, the Winter League will have been in full swing by then. But the reason why we got no match fishing results is we record this early in the morning, hence why we're a bit like this.
I'm all right. I've been to the gym. I'm fine. Been up since 5 o'clock.
What?
I've been to the gym.
Have you really?
Yes, been to the gym. Thought I'll go beforehand, have a nice shower, get ready for Andy's. I'm buzzing. Can't wait to go back to work.
Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? He's having a shower, getting ready for mine, but there we go. But he's been to the gym. Man, you've put me to shame. Yeah, it's about 7:30 in the morning. We're doing this podcast, and it's literally 3 days after we did the last one. So hence no match results.
Well, we've got a good topic to talk about, though. We've been This is the reason why we haven't been doing the podcast in the summer, isn't it, really? Been so busy with this and enjoying it and getting it set up. So
something completely different. So what we thought we'd do, we're going to explain our little journey that we took, which started last Christmas time.
Yeah, pretty much. We sort of said, what do we want to do? And I said, well, I'd like to get some junior coaching set up. And
let's set the scene.
Yeah.
Right, so we were in a curry house, which, surprise. I don't know if it was just me and you, I can't remember.
It might have been. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was sort of about this. No, it was this time last year, I reckon. Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was a bit later, but it might have been.
Well, I don't know. I think it was, and then we sort of got the ball rolling, and yeah, takes a while, but we got there, didn't we?
I remember the conversation. So we were sitting there, and obviously I was staring into your eyes or something. And we're having a romantic curry.
I see it. Yeah.
And I think I said something to you. It was something on the lines of, "What else do you want to achieve in your match fishing career, your fishing career, or just some kind of like what's on your bucket list next to do?" Do you remember? And you said,
"I said I'd like to get the March Juniors back up and running, didn't I? Wanted to do that, and we sort of floated some ideas and different bits and bobs. Got Bob Fitztench involved, didn't we? And he was up for it, and then
we'll do this because what we're going to do, we're going to explain to everybody what we do, because there might be angling clubs out there that are thinking along exactly the same lines.
Yeah.
And if we tell everybody what we did, the steps, one, they might find it a little bit inspirational and go, we can do this. Two, they could contact us because we could help them, because obviously we've done it. Not saying that we know everything, but I think this ended up working more perfectly than I could ever imagined. It was quite bizarre how everything just fell into place. It was beautiful. So that'd be good. So so we sat there mulling things over, and then we wanted to do it through Marchant District, which is where we live. The main man is Cheesy Bob, so we needed to get him on board straight away, and we knew we needed a level 2 coach. Do you remember? So the main man that sprung to mind was Jeff Tuttleby.
Yep.
So do you remember we sat in the spoons?
Yeah, we light bulb moment, writ it all down, didn't we?
Yeah.
Who could get as coaches, who would be good volunteers, and yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was good.
we sat in the spoons, the four of us.
Yeah.
Meeting of great minds. I had my notepad,
Yeah.
doing my teacher bit, and we just basically floated some ideas and basically wanted to see if this idea was feasible. We got a few yarps, which was good.
Yeah.
Jeff was buzzing.
Yeah.
When you think about it, we had the perfect storm, really. We had the chairman on board straight away. We had the tackle shop owner who was going to help out with all the supplying of the tackle, which we'll come to on later, the bait. Jeff's the level 2 coach, which opened that gateway to that side of things, which we'll speak about in a mo.
Yeah.
And I suppose from my point of view, ex-school teacher,
Yeah.
middle management, senior management, who's used to organising big trips abroad and all sorts, I could use that skill set to set this
Yeah.
up as well. So
Yeah.
I think if you're looking to organise this as an angling club, you need people with different backgrounds who have different skill sets in doing this from other facets of life, because it kind of all like pieces of a jigsaw, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
all fitted perfectly.
Yeah.
So we had the meeting, and then I remember contacting you, and because in my head I just thought Angling Trust. Jeff was level 2 Angling Trust. You wanted to put a team, so we did a 3-year plan. That's
Yeah.
the next thing we did. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Can you remember what the targets were?
I think the first year was just to get it up and running and test the water and make sure it goes to plan, basically, wasn't it? Year 2 was to hopefully have like a team to enter into a national or something. If not, have sort of a more advanced course. And then obviously plan 3 was to have a junior match group and juniors coming through that have not fished before. So this year we've got to try and balance the two. So it'll be a bit more tricky because I think we need some more coach. Well, we do need some more coaches.
Yeah, we'll get on to that in a minute. So what we did, we come up with a 3-year plan because, again, I'm Mr. Aidan. I'm very good at planning things, and reverse engineering is the term.
Yeah.
So I think we started with year 3. It was basically a team in the national and juniors fishing more matches in like a junior
Yes.
open situation, and also juniors started to fish big opens as well, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That was at year 3.
Yeah.
Then we went to year 1 and we thought, right, what's the worst that could happen? It just doesn't work. But we wanted it to be safe. And my mindset working with colleagues is always to protect colleagues. I've got this big thing, right? That if you look after the staff at school, make them the priority, the kids get a brilliant service because the staff feel that they're being really well looked after.
Yeah.
All the schools now are so child-centred, they don't look after the staff. So that's where it falls down, in my opinion. Not right, just my experience of it. So do you remember I was saying we've got to look after the volunteers and the coaches? So that was year 1, wasn't it? Getting all the volunteers and coaches on board and just getting a group of children fishing. But if you remember, what was really important, we wanted to get newbie adults on board.
Yeah.
So we wanted the parents to come who had no knowledge of fishing, because there's nothing worse than a parent who thinks they know it all, sitting behind a coach, kind of muttering away, going, "You don't do it like that."
Yeah.
So year 1 was kind of getting a group of kids fishing who had never fished before, and also giving the parents some information as well, so they knew where to take them and how to unhook a fish and some basic knowledge. And I think we left year 2 a little bit floaty,
Yeah.
because we had 2 very strong year 1, year 3s, and year 2 was kind of that link, wasn't it? And
was.
this is where we are now, which
Yeah, yeah.
Alex was just talking about.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. Now, in my head, I was thinking Angling Trust, Angling Trust, Angling Trust. But then you come up with a different idea. Can you explain that one?
Yeah, so obviously Angling Trust, Environment Agency, do fantastic courses and different bits and bobs, but the Canal River Trust I've been watching over the years, lots of people have given me information about Canal River Trust, and their junior setup is unbelievable. Like, they have nationals, they have open days, it just felt right to go down that route. And they were brilliant, weren't they?
Oh,
they couldn't.
wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They couldn't help us anymore. They were keen. They come for site visits. Unbelievable, really. I mean, you spoke with them more than what I did, but yeah, you can't fault them at all.
So, because I was completely new to this, I knew nothing about the Canal River Trust, really, apart from I had in my head there's Zap Zander.
Yeah, yeah,
Honestly, that's all I knew, because obviously you come from a buyer's viewpoint, don't you? So I remember on the phone to you going, really? Really? I said, why do you want to go through the Canal and River Trust? And you said, their junior national's massive. It's really good.
There's coaches. The whole setup works.
And do you know what's really bizarre? I've learned since that our mate, Simon Mottram, is a big part of it as well.
He is, yeah. He spoke quite a few times about you know, he does quite a lot of the coaching for the coaches, and that, you know, canal circuit around that sort of area, junior setup's massive, absolutely
I
massive.
think they had 500 kids to it
Yeah,
recently.
they have like a gudgeon trophy,
That's
and
right, yeah.
it's all about enjoying it. It's great, you know. Whereas like, say like the Angling Trust Junior National is more not dog eat dog, but it's a bit more. How can I put it? It's not more professional. It's more. I don't know. The anglers are more experienced, and it's a bit more pressured.
Is it a bit like Sunday League football with parents? Yeah.
Maybe not. Whereas I think with the Canal River Trust, it involves everyone.
All abilities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's whereas the junior national is all about the better teams. So you've got a good mix. You've got, you know,
Yeah.
everyone feels welcome in that environment.
I'll talk about this in another episode, but I'm about to complete my level 2 coaching award. And one of the lads who was helping, I mentioned this to the group where we were talking, and his eyes lit up. He went, "The Gudgeon Cup. I've got one of those." Yeah, so that's quite.
Well, you speak to Jeff, and it's like all his grandchildren have got a gudgeon cup, and it's nice. I'd like to see someone win a gudgeon cup fishing round here, because there's not many of them, is there? But
The North Level used to be full of them.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to this then. So what happened? Alex put me in touch with John Ellis, who's the main man at Canal River Trust. To cut a long story short, they weren't very keen on our idea originally. I'll explain what happened. They do day sessions where youngsters and parents book in for like hour slots. So they might go to a lake, have 4 or 5 coaches, and have the whole day. And they have like a, I don't know, 10 till 4. Youngsters coming in for literally an hour. So it's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. And it took a bit of time to explain to them that we're not going to do it that way. So we did ours on a Tuesday night for 2 hours, 6 till 8.
Yeah.
And we just did it for consecutive weeks, for 8 weeks. That was our plan. But once they got it into their heads, they went, okay, I can see how this will work.
Yep.
So John came down and he did a site visit with us. So we looked at the old course Thaneen in town at West End. We went down to Sheppey's, all the platforms down there, and we went to the bypass section of the old course Thaneen. Now, line of sight is very important for coaches.
Yep.
So the way you can do it is, if you have a level 2 coach, you can have up to 8 children. Now, there's no way a level 2 coach can coach 8 children, 1 or 2 max.
Yeah.
But if you've got volunteers helping, the level 2 coach can oversee the event,
Yeah.
and your coaches can be 1-to-1 or 1-to-2. So in our head, we were going to have Jeff as a level 2 coach overseeing the event, and we were going to have 8 youngsters in pairs with their parents with 1 coach. So we needed 4 volunteers and Jeff there every day, every Tuesday, and that was our plan. And once John got it into his head, I could see his brain was ticking. He wasn't very happy at first, and then he went, "No, this could work. Yeah, this could work." So once he got it, he knew exactly how he wanted to do it, and he could see how well we were going to organise it, and he was really good, very good from that point of view. And then he put me in touch with a guy called Pete Henry. Now, Pete does a lot of their back stuff behind the scenes, so running the website, he has a lot to do with that, and the booking. They have an online booking system. So the next thing, if you guys need to think about is GDPR and data protection. Absolute nightmare. So when you hold people's information, if you're an organisation, it needs to be in a very secure place. So it's not seen on its social media, it's not advertised, it's not in a shop, it's not, people's numbers aren't on anything. And technically, so when I look at angling water, if we hold anybody's details, if we hold them, we put them in the safe. And any bits of paper are shredded. So holding information on a database is quite complicated. It's a bit beyond my remit, really. So what we did, we used them to organise the booking system for us, which was really important, which I'll come on to in a minute. So they were awesome at setting this up. So they helped us out no end with that, because that was one of the headaches, is how are people going to book online? Do we have to set up a booking system? If so, it's going to be a nightmare. But we use them. I can't remember what theirs is called. You use it for the matches with them. It's exactly the same.
Can't remember what it was called.
No,
now.
I can't remember what it's called. Interestingly, Angling Trust have just set one up.
Right.
So there's both organisations now have a similar type thing. It'll be for the same reasons,
Right.
just for that central holding of information, and they can get around. Well, not get around. They they can comply with it legally because it stops all the angling. It'd be a nightmare. So I can't remember what it's called now, but you guys will know what it's called. It's how you book your matches. So they set that up for us as well with a description of the event. So that was all ready to go. And we were going to do it for free. This is another thing to consider, guys. We charged everybody £4.95 in the end, which sounds like a very strange number, £4.90. And then basically the £4 was just a token gesture to join March and District as a junior. And then the extra 90p was to pay for the admin charge for the booking system. And also, in life, if something's a bit more precious, people want it a bit more, or they desire it a bit more. If you make things free, you open it up to everybody. You don't necessarily get the right people coming to events. It's very important to charge a nominal fee sometimes because it changes the flavour of things. It's not to make any money. It's just it's the psychology of it, which I'll come on to in a bit as well, because it's important you get the right parents coming as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so there was an awful lot. This was quite all entwined. We did it over a long period of time. We started at Christmas time, really, didn't we, on the New Year? And so both by March, April time, this was starting to kick into gear. So Canal and River Trust, absolutely brilliant. However, the Angling Trusts were just as good as well, because we then hit another little snag which we needed to unpick. And that was the DBS checks. Do you remember all those?
Yeah, that was the biggest hold up, wasn't it, out of everything?
Yeah, it was easy to do. It's just it became a bit of an onerous task. So I now spoke to his name's Dom at the Angling Trust. Can't remember his surname. He was absolutely brilliant. I can't believe how helpful these guys were. I just messaged him out of the blue, explained what we're doing, and he basically put me onto a company called UCheck. So Cheesy made me the March and District Welfare Officer. I think he just went, yeah. So then I registered March and District to this organisation, which cost about 60 quid. So angling clubs, I'll tell you some costs here. So it's about just under £60 to register with UCheck. So then I could start getting people's DBS checks done. Obviously, teacher hat on again. So I used myself first as a dummy run. So the way you could do it is, there's two ways of doing it. You can do it, you send a link to somebody. So I sent a link to myself as a person, filled it in with all my details, and then there were different add-ons. I think the post office was one of them. You could
that was the easiest way of doing it.
Digital ID, yes.
Well, everyone can download that, and then you've got it wherever you go. For all other things, you can just use that app for all sorts, your passport, everything. Yeah,
so it's not the national ID that the government was trying to bring in now. No, it's a kind of like, the post office is quite a good thing. It's like a wallet, basically, of all your ID.
Yeah.
So we had this they had these bolt-ons. That was one of the ways of doing it, and it worked really well. So my application went straight in and was then sitting in the system, and I could see it. And then I was feeding back to you guys, wasn't I? So do you remember when also in Spoons, we made a list of potential volunteers?
Yeah.
And we had about 15, 20 people.
Yeah.
And we contacted them all and asked if they'd like to help. They all said yes. But then we had the hold-up.
Yeah.
So we kind of basically went through and started putting people through their DBS checks. Now, I think mine took 6 weeks. That was the longest. I don't know why. Probably because I was involved in education. It took longer. Some people's came back in 2 or 3 days.
Mine was 2 days, I think.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it must be to do with previous employment history and having to bounce things around. And I know other people's as well. There 2 other people took nearly as long as mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But most people were pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get something in the post?
Yeah, got a nice little certificate. I can't remember where that is now, but yeah, got a nice little certificate. Said been, a bit of paper. Yeah. So it took a while, didn't it? That was the snaggiest thing. Sort of, people were hadn't done it before and they were a bit unsure, weren't they? But we got there in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, some of our boomers got stuck with the IT, didn't they? Yeah. But
it's going to happen.
I had to sort of manually check things.
Some didn't even have a passport, did they? But,
Well, they didn't realise their driving licence had run out. So that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so angling clubs, if you're setting this up, you need to start earlier than you consider because...
It's not a lastminute.com. It's no good starting it in, April. You've got to be on the ball straight away and speak to the Canal River Trust, Angling Trust. They will help you. That's what they're there for.
absolutely brilliant. Can't fault either
No.
organisation. I mean,
No.
they were absolutely fantastic. But
Yeah.
Alex is right. You have to start this off early doors because
Yeah.
there will be snags. So we were starting on June the 17th. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we
Oh,
only,
that was the day after we went fishing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What happened? I can't remember.
We-
Oh yeah, how many? I can't remember how many bream I had. I lost count, but how many did you have? Couple, 3, 4. Oh, that's right. They were all in my swimming, not in yours. But yeah. Sorry, we diverge. You still ain't got over that.
Anyway,
have you?
right. So I wasn't treating it as a competition. I was just having a. I thought it was a bit of pleasure, but
Oh, swing tip. Oh. Hey. Got you back.
next year. Right. Okay. So back in the room.
Yeah.
So it was the next day. Oh, actually, going back to that story, we actually broke down as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't really talk about that, really. We just because I think that's like all the stuff. Whenever you get battered or Arsenal lose, it's just brushed under the carpet, isn't it? You know.
We took us 3 hours to get back on the electric.
Don't
It
it?
was not fun.
It was the longest day in the world. Just staring at Andy like that for 3 hours with your little thing going. We could have walked back quicker, couldn't we?
Yeah, it might have been quicker to walk back. Yeah, it might have been. Right, anyway, so on the 17th we started and we only had, it was quite fortunate, I think we only had 4 or 5 guys DBS checked for that point.
Yeah, we're just enough, didn't we?
Just enough.
There was 2 or 3 that were sort of about, but obviously couldn't help or anything until they were checked, wasn't it? It was weird. Were you nervous? I was really nervous, just like I was hoping everyone. Yeah, I was like, oh, I hope everyone's going to turn up. I think Jeff was as well, because obviously we'd put a lot of effort in, and it's like, I hope people ain't going to just not turn up. And all the kids turned up. It was a bit sort of, to start with, the kids sort of didn't know what they'd sort of was in for either, had they? None of them had really fished before. The parents all turned up as, you know, off we went. Jeff had sorted it out perfectly. I think he'd gone through the ages and sort of paired them up in age groups, so they should be sort of similar ability. 2 to a peg. The river wasn't ideal, was it? It was absolutely gin clear. I think you and Bob had raked some swims out. Jeff had been down and cut some trees and bits and pieces down. So yeah, kit wise.
Hold on.
What?
Because that's an interesting point you make about being a bit nervous, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, a few weeks before, we had put a lot of effort into clearing the swims, hadn't we? We raked the swims, actually physically raked the weed out, and also Jeff and Cheesy had also not just raked them, but they've been cutting the foliage back a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But we've missed so many things out. We made videos.
Oh yeah, of course we did. Yeah. So I think the plan was we had sort of, you give us all each session. Was there 8 sessions?
I went to full teacher mode, didn't I?
Yeah, there was 8 sessions starting from. So basically, the first session was just to get them catching a few fish and just enjoying it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then by the end of the 8 weeks, they could set the seat box up, plumb up, feed, mix the ground bait up themselves, and fish.
And unhook fish.
And unhook fish, yeah. And it worked out really well, didn't it?
Yeah, so what I did go into full teacher mode.
Yeah.
But you need someone to do that. So I set a second YouTube channel up.
Yeah.
Fenland fishing tutorial. So unless you found it, guys, you won't know it exists. Because I didn't want to publicise it because it's got such limited info on it. But it's got 7 videos that we did.
Yeah.
Down at we mainly did them down at Rookery, didn't we?
Yeah, just on the little Nutcracker Lake.
Yeah. But I think that's priceless. So what every week? So I'll come back to this a little bit. I would email the parents with what to do for the following week, where we were going to go, because we changed location, which we'll come on to about as well, and with the link for the next video. So in my head, the thinking would be they'd watch the video beforehand, we'd do that skill technique or bit of information during the session plus loads of other things, and they can go back and watch it after. Most importantly, so the parents could then watch it, so they had more confidence.
Yeah.
And actually, some of these videos, I'll have a look in a minute, but I forgot all about it. Some of them have been watched quite a lot.
Right.
Yeah, not massively, but considering it's a completely new channel with no advertising, nothing, that's quite good. So actually, I thought it was quite good, and actually, I think we could build on that for next year because we can now just keep reusing those videos. So they're always going to be useful.
Yeah.
So I think that was really good, like a little library of information.
Yeah.
I know I'm jumping forward. We had a meeting after the whole thing, didn't we? And someone voiced about you having a classroom session.
Right.
And then I mentioned about the videos. It was like, yeah, do we need to? Because We've got the video. So we'll come on to that later anyway.
Yeah.
So we did all this, but I suppose it was really interesting when you said you were a bit nervous because obviously I've done 25 years of this,
Yeah.
and new people turning up was just like year sevens on their first day at school.
Yeah.
You just have to tell people what to do because they don't know where to go.
Yeah.
And they will just follow your instruction. So I didn't even think about it. But all you guys, it's probably the first time you've ever done it.
Yeah, I've done some coaching with bits and pieces at the fishery and stuff like that, but you know, when you've sort of put money into it and time, and you know, you've got all the bits beforehand, you think, I hope it ain't a flop. Do you know what I mean? And when we first originally advertised it, I thought no one's even interested in, like, there wasn't an uptake, was there? Like,
I'm gonna have to come back to that as well.
Yeah.
There was, but there was an art to this, which we'll have to come back to.
but it just, I don't know, it's a bit like no one wants to go fishing. We couldn't advertise on the local pages. That's what annoyed me the most.
Yeah, so...
Do you know what I mean? They
let's
put
come-
all
look
the
at-
crap on there, the shit that's on the local pages, and I put a post on there, get youngsters into fishing. It was took down in seconds. I mean, what's that all about?
Okay, let's cover that now. So what we did, so we've missed loads of this out, but we'll give you a bit more information. We got everyone DBS. We started the DBS checks off for all the volunteers, and then we had to start the second phase, which was then advertising. Once we knew we could start, it was basically advertising the event. Now I knew this would be booked out real quick, and I need to be very careful how I say this, but we wanted to get the right type of people because you get one or two bad sorts in the mix, they can destroy everything. You get problem parents who are whinging about things when they've had it handed on a plate to them. 99% of people are brilliant, but I just know, again, from teaching, there's always somebody who's a bit entitled. Now, if anyone takes offence to that, I do apologise, but that's the reality of the situation. So I was a bit wary that we needed to kind of get people who actually wanted to do this and not just have a freebie. So basically just something for their kids to do because they're bored.
Yeah.
Because that's not what we wanted.
No.
We wanted people that actually wanted to learn about fishing, and not just the youngsters, but the adults as well, the parents. Because there's no point us taking them and showing them what to do, and then not go afterwards. So that was forefront in my mind. So I made a social media post, made a description, and then you chucked it on March 3 discussion.
Everyone tried putting it on there and put it on, obviously, March page and different bits and bobs, but
It got took down instantly.
like, ridiculous. Yet they can talk about some crap that's going on in the town, like, who really gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? And I just thought, mentality of the world today. Why you sort of encourage kids to go fishing, yet all they do is moan about the kids on this site, saying that, you know, they're all little hooligans and all stuff like that. And I just think, it just sums up life, doesn't it? At the minute, it's just ridiculous.
It was. I mean, you must have. Haley helped. Did assist.
Everyone helps.
They were trying to help piss up. Different people were sticking this post up, and it was getting taken down by the page moderators within minutes.
I don't understand.
No.
Didn't understand.
So I tell you what happened here. It was quite. I then met up with Simon Mottram and his missus. We met up at the ship, and I was explaining. This is really. We got all this. We had such great help from the Canal River Trust, the Angling Trust.
The thing is,
the
we've got
volunteers
loads
already.
of places where we can share it in the fishing world, but that wasn't the idea, wasn't it? You know, if you've got kids or whatever, you tend to take your kids fishing and stuff like that. It was targeting parents that haven't got a clue about fishing, but the kids want to go fishing. And they're not going to be on the Marchand District page. They're not going to be on Tackle. You know what I mean? That people already know about that. The people we want are the ones that don't know about fishing.
You're exactly right, and that's what we found out.
And you couldn't get to them. That was the annoying thing.
You need to get reach.
Yeah.
It's reach. We advertised on the fishing pages, and no one contacted us through them because they go fishing, and we made it quite explicit in the post. This was for complete beginners. So Alex, you're right. Very frustrating.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But I remember sitting down with Simon, and I can't remember his partner's name, but she got a phone out and she went, Andy, you need this site. And it was March 3. It was March 3 discussion, no rules. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So I sent you it, and you chucked it on that, and then immediately ping, 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 ping. So this is the other thing that people need to understand if you're doing this. You can't put your personal details. We can, but you'll get absolutely inundated with people. Try not to put your personal details onto things like this. So we bought a Tesco's, what I call a burner, cheap 10 quid phone, and I used that number on the social media site, advertising, and then people were phoning that. I was phoning them back, and I hope if anyone's watching this who's a parent, I hope they don't mind, but I was having a subtle chat with them on the phone, sussing them out, and everybody at the phone was spot on. But I was waiting for that person that I knew we had that kind of gut feeling they weren't going to be the right people, but within 2 days, we had 6 people booked on. And then they had friends who they knew wanted to be booking on. So I had lists of people, and then within a week, we were fully booked. And it was because you were right, we could get access to absolute novices or beginners through this page. So I had these people's contact numbers and email addresses. I then set up a Marchant District Junior email address, because obviously, again, you've got to comply with GDPR, data protection. So you don't want to be using your personal email addresses. So I set this up. So we had a Marchant District email address, and that's how I corresponded with the parents through like an official way. So that was really good. We had the 8 parents sorted, and then we had the first session. And of course, I'd given them what 3 words location, and also I gave them a Google Maps pin and what time to be there, and it was great. Everyone just got there, didn't they? And we used the bandstand in West End as the meeting point.
Yeah.
And you guys were ready. I mean, it was amazing. I had this really warm feeling inside, because I knew the parents and the kids would be there, and you guys. We had a WhatsApp group set up. We just basically liaising through that. And I remember on the morning, I came out of the gym at 2:00, and we were not starting till 6. Jeff was there. I said, "Mate, you're keen?" He went, "Andy, I've been here since 10." He was unbelievable. Because he wanted it, he was so keen for it to be awesome. He got there in the morning, checked all the swims, because again, it's fishing season now, so other people could have jumped in our swims. You got there early, set the platforms up.
Seat boxes, rigs, did all that, got all the bait sorted, yeah.
Let's talk about Alex now, because you were amazing. You bought, through the shop, 8, 10 platforms?
So I bought 10 boxes, 10 poles, 10 whips. Basically, the quality of the gear now is unbelievable at that level. You know, to get a kid fishing or anyone fishing is brilliant. I thought about getting, seat boxes and things like that, but they're quite big and heavy and stuff. So I spoke to NuFish, Mick Viles and Phil Canning, about they do a rester box, which is literally like a chair, but a box. You can get all your bits and pieces. It's perfect, wasn't it? Absolutely perfect.
Brilliant, yeah.
Little clip-up lid. Anyone that's travelling light just to go fishing, put all your bits and pieces in there. We all had all the basics: rigs, disgorger, shot, spare hooks, all in there. That's all you need. It all folds away nice and neat, so I could pack it away in the back of the van. So we had 10 of those. Mick did a really good deal on them for me, because obviously he knew what we was having it for. We weren't selling the shop. So thanks to Mick, and I think Peter might have bought some as well. So if you are an angling club or looking for something, definitely have a look at the NuFish rester box.
Contact Alex, because what you used, mate, I was blown away. It was perfect for what we needed.
Yeah. Basically, there was a seat box with all the stuff in that folded away. We had a bag with bait boxes, side tray, landing net head in that one, and obviously a towel. And then we just brought the poles down and a landing net pole. So it was pretty straightforward. You get it on 2 barrows. It was all done. 10 lots of gear. Wheel it back to the car park, and it was nice and simple. Bring bait, obviously. We had some whips, and we had some poles, which were like 6 metre poles, elasticated, which we'll come on to when we use them when we change venues. But to start off with, just a nice light whip. The biggest thing was the rigs. Obviously, with beginners and stuff like that, the rigs were every week we had to keep sorting them out. So I think we said this year when we had our meeting, didn't we? We said we need as many rigs as possible.
We'll come on to that at the end. Yeah, if you want to help out, but you think you can't coach or haven't got the time commitment, there's other ways you can help.
Yeah.
But, rig making is going to be one of the things we're going to be asking for as we go
4
through
metre
it.
whip rigs.
Yeah, as we go through it. But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Because that's time consuming.
Yeah.
So we got it all sorted. It's got a nice little place at work now where it all stored. Since then, there's other angling clubs have used the fishery. We've had junior matches as well where kids have come and used the kit. So it's worked out really well, to be honest. Really well.
Okay, so we had the first session. So everyone turned up.
Yeah.
All the coaches were there.
Yeah.
Alex supplied all the kit, which was amazing, and the bait, which was a hell of a commitment. So brilliant doing that. And then I sat there on the grass, and I could just hear this hubbub of people talking. It was incredible. I could just hear from each swim just this low level hum of, for 2 hours, everyone just talking, but like softly.
Yeah.
And everyone was just totally engaged.
Yeah.
And I sat there and thought, this is going to work superbly. I could tell then how well this was going to work. And for me, having done, all that behind the scenes stuff, I sat there and thought, because I made it quite clear I wasn't going to coach, didn't I? I said, I'll do all the behind the scenes stuff, and I'll come down and help on the evenings when I'm available. But it's kind of like, no, I just need to kind of, there has to be a give and take. And watching you guys get on with it was incredible. It was brilliant. So from my point of view, it was just like I sat there grinning going, yeah, this is really cool.
Work.
This is really cool. Yeah. I must mention Paul Constable. I've mentioned him a couple of times because we had Carol Garner helping, because obviously we wanted a female coach, because we knew we had one girl coming on the course. So for, again, probably good practice, if you've got you get girls who are going to fish as well, you perhaps best off you can get away with a man teaching them because you've got the parents there, but it just solves so many issues if you have some female volunteers as well. And Carol was brilliant. And of course she brought Paul down with him, and he won't mind me saying this, and normal she that he didn't think he could do it. He wasn't interested. And after the first session, he loved it. He surprised himself. And I think if anyone's looking into doing this but not sure whether it's for them, just speak to him. He loved it. And of course then, because it was on a Tuesday night, me and him ended up being in the ship until God knows what time in the early hours, because we had to have a reward as well.
I think the good thing is we stuck with the same juniors through the whole 8 weeks, which was obviously Jeff's idea. So you built up a relationship with the youngster and the family, the mum and dad. Do you know what I mean? You have a laugh and a joke, and it was great, and it worked perfectly.
You're spot on, because no one knew each other. We knew each other, but the parents didn't know anybody. And you're right, because Jeff kept the pairs the same. The parents built up this rapport with the coach as well. And it was, because I missed 2 weeks out. I did the first 5 with you guys from observing, just helping. I couldn't make 6 and 7. Only came back for the end one, and I couldn't believe I'm going to use the term relationships that were struck up between the coach and the parents, and it was like little teams. It was incredible. It was really good.
And as the sort of me being the match sort of angler and competitive side, as it went on, it was more like, you could see the kids, how many did you catch? And there was a little bit of a competition not much of a competition between the coaches in different pieces. But I think the fact that we switched venues was quite good as well.
Should we talk about that now?
Yeah.
So we start off on the river, and the river's great because it's...
Well, that's where you want to start. If you're a kid, just grab a box of maggots and a whip and go fishing. You can't beat that, can you? It's free.
It's free fishing, very accessible, very safe. It's in the middle of the park. Loads of kids go fishing down there, so do adults. The kids that go lure fishing down there in the autumn's brilliant as well. And also we've got all the matches on there. It's fantastic, isn't it? So that's why we wanted to use it. However, you guys noticed first session something happened with the fish, didn't you?
Yeah, it was literally 20 minutes, obviously because of the amount of people about, gin clear. The fish just backed off completely. You're throwing little balls of ground bait in and a few pinkies, and it just got harder and harder. And the first sort of session, you could see a few of the younger kids sort of losing a bit of interest and a bit like... So after, 3 weeks on the river or 2 weeks on the river?
I can't remember if it's 2 or 3, but age range, and I just mentioned that as well. We were going to allow 8 to 16-year-olds, and I think we had 8 to 14-year-olds. So we had 2 or 3 8-year-olds. They were really good, but I know what you're saying. So I think it was after week 2. Was it?
Yeah, I think we did 2 weeks, and the third week we went to Flaggrass Hill, didn't we?
Paul, Constable again, I remember as we were packing up, just said, Andy, this is getting a bit boring now. After half an hour, it gets a bit boring for the kids.
Yeah.
Why don't we go to Flaggrass Hill? And I went, why didn't we think of that? I mean, line of sight, you can see everybody. Safe as houses, we're all in one complex.
It's about that deep.
Yeah, yeah. I think Cheesy Bob went down and spoke to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't think of his name. Lovely bloke, wasn't he?
Brilliant.
Just don't get there too early.
Yeah. Jeff's so keen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got there a bit too early. But went to Flaggrass Hill on week 3, I think it was. And the volume changed. Rather than everyone being quiet and not wanting to scare
There
the
was the
fish,
screeches and it was awesome, wasn't it?
they were screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously every now and again a half decent, well, a pound, £2 carp was hooked. And that's what I liked about it. They weren't big carp at all, were they?
No.
But because it was so different, because they were going mental,
Yeah.
some of the kids were absolutely loving it. And the parents were as well.
Yeah. Proper involved, weren't they?
Yeah. Do you remember getting the parents having a go as well?
Yeah, well, I think the way it was set up on there, you could see the other kids the other side, whereas on the river you could obviously just see in front of you and the guys next to you, whereas on the lake everyone could see each other fishing and all the kids were interacting. Look at this one, and they sort of built up a friendship as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It was the whole thing evolved beautifully, didn't it?
Yeah.
So we ended up having a couple of sessions on Flaggrass, and then we had a couple of sessions on Rookery, didn't we? On
Did we have 2 or 1?
2 on Crow.
Yeah, we had 2, didn't we? Yeah.
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 So we ended up basically having 4 on the river, 2 on a small commercial, and 2 on a slightly bigger commercial.
Yeah.
And actually, looking back, we just made it up as we went along, but we kind of got it right.
Worked, yeah.
It did work.
I think they really enjoyed the last one where it was a bit of a competition and they weighed in and everyone was like, "Oh, what have you got?" It was really good. It was really good.
And that's the thing that I was a bit not against it. I was a bit wary of involving the competition too soon because I didn't want to. It can put novices off doing something if the pressure's too much. But kids are really resilient, aren't they? And you were right. From when they got the basics, it was then they were quite interested looking who caught what, and then because then you gave the fish a weight.
Yeah.
You changed it again for them.
Yeah.
So that
Definitely.
was, and then Alex had a couple of not related to our organizer, our setup. You had a couple of junior open matches.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
as well.
And a few of the guys joined in with that, used the kit. Paul and Jeff come down and helped them, which was great. Yeah, I think in general this year, just for how many juniors have been to the fishery and the shop, there's definitely an influx of junior fishing this year. I don't know why, but whether it's cheap for the parents, just to go fishing, I'm not sure, but it's good. First year I thought, cool, there's been more juniors fishing today. I don't know if it's coincidence because we run the junior thing and you're just looking at it more, but it's not. I think if you speak to everyone in the trade, there's a lot more youngsters fishing this year.
That's interesting you say that because obviously I work casual hours. I'm doing 3 days this month. That's how casual I do. At Grafton Water in the fishing lodge. And I've been amazed there. I know it's fly fishing, but they do a beginner's course. So a guy called Peter Hartley does it. He's brilliant. He's very good. And I must have seen 30 people this summer on it, and I'm not there very often. And they do a boat handling course, and it's really cool to see people coming into the sport. That's just fly fishing. So we've got this in match angling as well.
Just general fishing, really. Not so much match fishing, but in general fishing. So
yeah, I do think it's on the up again, which is really, really good to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll get to the crux of this now. So we had the 8 sessions. You and Jeff started organising a couple of little turn it to a bit more matchy type thing as well. Uptake. The only time every parent and child who was booked on the course came every single session, apart from when there was some work experience going on,
or they were on holiday.
And to me, that tells everything, because people will tell you how things are by walking, won't they? If they get booked, because these people weren't local as well.
No, they're from all over.
They're all over.
Yeah.
So we had Ely, Huntingdon.
Yeah.
Where else were they from?
A few from March. Maney.
Maney.
Yeah. All over.
Excuse me. Yeah, so it wasn't just March people; it was more, and they were having to drive a bit,
Yeah.
and we were getting them here doing rush hour as well. So it was a big ask on their behalf. So that was quite interesting as well. So we ran all this, and I think, mate, it was just really good. So we just rattled off who the volunteers were. So
Yeah.
let's just go through the whole list. There's obviously myself, yourself. The main protagonists were Cheesy and Jeff, the four of us.
Yeah.
Then on the first session we had Spooner,
Yeah.
Steve
Mr. Spooner. Yeah.
Carol and Paul.
Yeah.
Jed came down to help, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Who else coached?
That was the first? Was that the first? You?
Yeah, I coached.
So it was you,
And someone
Cheesy,
else.
Carol, Paul, and Steve came down.
Oh yes, that's right.
Darren joined us second week, didn't he?
Yeah, Darren joined us, and then Paul Galt joined us, and then we had other people sort of helping out throughout, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which might want to get involved this year.
Yeah, so Paul Galt came on board. We've missed somebody off, have we? I think that was it.
That was the main bulk of coaching, wasn't it?
Obviously, the DBS was the main issue with that, but we got it sorted. So, what were your thoughts overall?
I think it went really well, really well. 8 weeks was about right. Maybe, I think 8 was good. I think, like, the second from last week was when a lot of the kids were on holiday, so that was like the least we had, and it's a bit like, felt a bit like, they've deserted us, they've had enough, sort of thing. And then the last week, every single one of them was there again. So I think maybe we could 8 weeks or 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Either one or the other again. There's scope for like not beginners, but perhaps having a competition every couple of weeks, sort of thing, on a different night. So yeah, I think really positive for next year. I think there's some good youngsters that have been to the fishery, and maybe some coming from the course that we did that might want to do the Canal River Trust Nationals and Angling Trust Nationals. So I'm looking forward to next year, really.
Yeah, so we had a meeting in the curry house at Whittlesea.
Yeah.
Why not? We just broached some ideas, didn't we? And I think, going back to what we said at the beginning, our year 2 was a bit open-ended. We didn't quite know what to do, and we brought forward the target. So I know you're very keen to get a team in the Canal River Trust sort of national, that competition. Through my contact with the level 2 coaching course, Ian Wilkes, we've probably got a competition that we could enter through that as well.
Right.
Sort of in June time, but that might mean going in term time, but it's a school event. So we could perhaps get around it that way. And you're going to run 1 or 2. Well, no, actually, the idea is to do a new beginners section, isn't it?
Yeah.
Start off with newbies again.
Yeah.
Our newbies now go into the intermediates.
Yeah.
So we'll run sessions for them as well. So we might alternate it every week, do a beginners group, and then the following week intermediate, the following week beginners, the following week intermediate. And I know you're keen to run some junior opens at Rookery, and we'll get the kids.
Yeah, some at Rookery and maybe 1 or 2 on the river,
depending on how it's fishing that time of year and clarity. Yeah. But mate, it worked really well, didn't it?
It did,
So it's full steam ahead for next year. So I think from our point of view, we just want to say to all the volunteers, all the coaches, you were brilliant. Weren't they good?
They were great, yeah.
I thought just blown away how good everybody
8
was.
consecutive Tuesday nights,
Big ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big ask. But I think also, I need to say that it wouldn't have worked without you, mate. You just, having someone like yourself buying all that gear and supplying the bait week in, week out, without that, it would not work at all.
Yeah, it's an investment, isn't it? So
yeah, but it's money.
Yeah.
But I think that you need to take a lot of credit, and also
I think as a team we all did really well. When you look back, you think everyone's played their role, haven't they? And
yeah, definitely.
Good.
Yeah, it is good.
Really good.
So as we mentioned, if you want to help next year, obviously we need level 2 coaches. This is something that I found out. So Jeff's going to be involved, but we can't ask Jeff to do the beginners and the intermediates. It's too much. So we basically need 2 level 2 coaches involved with each group. That's really the plan. So Jeff and another needs to do, for argument's sake, the intermediates, and then we need basically 2 more level 2 coaches to do the beginners. So we need 3 people to get qualified. We've got a few ideas that may happen in the new year, but if you're interested, Peterborough District are a really good club to speak to about this, because they're doing this type of qualification with anglers, not necessarily Peterborough District anglers. So get in touch with them. Get in touch with Jeff Tutts. He knows what's going on as well. I will know a bit more because I'm doing mine soon as well. So we're getting a bit more information about how to get this, but it's really important because it gives you the public liability and the indemnity insurance, which obviously we need in the current society that we live in. That's really, really important, and it gives you a certain level of education that you need to do these events, because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and Jeff was continually filling out risk assessments and doing paperwork, which is very important. So that's what we need. If you're interested in helping out as a volunteer, get in touch. I know we had a list of guys that we didn't use because the DBS was just
Too slow.
It was taking too long, hence that's why we didn't go through all the volunteers. And also it's expensive. It's 15.70 or 21 something, depending on if you use that separate ID checker. So it's not cheap for the angling clubs. But overall, it was an amazing 8 weeks. It was superb. It was really good. And I think it just gave me that little, you get a warm glow.
It's a different type of satisfaction, isn't it? It's like, that's good.
Finally, if you want to help, but you don't want to coach, you think, I haven't got the time, or maybe I don't really want to do that, pole rigs, as Alex explained.
4 metre whip rigs. Just reasonable line, not like stupid, like not just the stuff you've had in the shed that's any old tap, but if you've got some rigs that you don't use, which would be ideal for sort of £5 line, something that's not going to tangle, half gram, 0.75, something that we can put hook lengths on.
Already shotted, please.
That'd be wonderful. It just saves a lot of time and money. Obviously, to buy ready rigs, they're fantastic, but they cost quite a bit of money. So if you've got any kicking about, send them to the shop. That'd be gratefully grateful.
If you just send one, if 20 people send one, that's 20 rigs. That's the way we've got to look at it. And that does make a massive difference. And obviously that's the way people can help. And we're going to be badgering people throughout the whole of season 7 because Alex was spending a fortune on all the other stuff, and he can't keep going with all these pole rigs as well. It's not fair to ask him to do that. But it'd be quite nice for people to be involved doing that. And Andy Wilding does make nice pole rigs.
He does. Well, they work, don't they? They work for you, but not for him.
Calibre of angler, that's all I'm saying, isn't it, Molly? Yeah. Maybe it's the Liverpool side of things, I don't know. I'll start getting messages off him now. Right, buddy, anything else you want to add about our...
No, I think we've sort of gone on quite a bit and gone right from the beginning, and any clubs that feel that they want to get involved, just get in touch with us or whatever, and we can give them a few pointers. But
that's the important thing. So this is the reason why we did this, really. It wasn't to brag or show, oh, look what we've done. It was actually go, you can do this. But there's a lot of things to consider. There's probably more than we actually thought at the beginning. And it kind of opened up as we went through it. But if you want a hand, get in touch with us. It's really worthwhile doing, isn't it? The intrinsic rewards are incredible. And it was just, it opened my mind. I did not think it would work the way it did. I'm looking forward to
next year. Definitely.
Right, mate, I'm off.
Yeah, you're going to Florida now.
Yeah.
It's all right for some, isn't it, eh?
Get a bit of a tan, catch something with teeth, not tench. And I'll badger you in about a week or so's time.
Yep.
Good luck with your catching, good luck with your draws.
Yeah.
God, I've got to listen to that all bloody winter.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Right, we're going. See you later.
See you guys, thank you.